Tonight, 7 Action News reporter Ronnie Dahl putting an apartment building owner on notice.
The move comes after she discovered 2 of his buildings in deplorable conditions. Ronnie, what's going on now?
I have to tell you, this is a heartbreaking story all around, but let me just kind of bring people up to speed. Several tenants told us yesterday that both of these buildings actually used to be pretty nice until the owner did a disappearing act just within the past few months. Well, once he was out of the picture, one tenant says that he was told to be the property manager. The owner kind of gave him that responsibility. So since then, he's been moving people in, collecting rent. He says to try to keep the place going. Is he a good Samaritan or a scam artist? It was a fire at this small apartment building on Broad Street that uncovered unsafe and unsanitary living conditions for numerous tenants. Next door, things aren't a whole lot better.
He just left and kept going. He left and then never come back.
Records show Thomas Cooper as owning both properties. Longtime tenant James Hewitt says before doing a disappearing act, Cooper made him the building manager.
After he left, we tried to move people in. We had to fix up their apartments.
You weren't taking their money and not doing what you should be
doing.
Melissa recently moved into her apartment. She claims James is pulling a scam. The apartments are dumps and the water was shut off weeks ago for non-payment.
He's so worried about putting money in his pocket and not fixing it what he's supposed to.
So I paid James another visit. He says he used the money to make a down payment on the water bill and spruce up the place. What a good guy, right? So I asked to see some receipts. Okay, does that say 1994? Dude, you got some scam going on here. I'm sorry, I'm just calling you out.
I ain't got no scam.
Upset residents showed us one of the apartments and how James fixes things around here. No new paint, no new drywall, and no working pipes in the bathroom. Let me ask you one thing. How do you sleep at night?
I mean, I'm giving her money back.
We've had a lot of developments out here within the last 30 minutes. Building inspector did come out. He posted notices to vacate. All the tenants in both buildings have until tomorrow to get out. And for those that have no place to go, the city says they are going to be assisting them. As you can imagine, so many of these families are really already struggling financially. They're worried. They have small kids. They're single parents. Emotions are running pretty high. The police were called out here to try to keep the peace. But once again, the notice to vacate was posted. That owner still MIA. It's a hard day for a lot of these tenants out here. For now, we're live on the city's west side. Back to you.
A hard day and hard to watch, especially James standing there and saying that he's collecting their money for the owner, and he doesn't look like he could collect money for himself, you know?
It really is just a mess out here, whether he had good intentions or not. He didn't even have the means to really try to maintain this property. I mean, we're talking you have to pay the water bill and so many other things. And unfortunately, it's the tenants that are going to be losing out. Now, of course, some of them had stopped paying the rent, even more so because the water was turned off. They have been living in these buildings with small kids without water for about a month. They can't keep living in these conditions. It's just not safe inside these buildings. And today, the building inspector agreed. Sad, but let's hope that they can get into some permanent housing that's going to be a much better situation than this.
Yeah, you got to hope they're going to get some help, right?
They probably felt like, where's our money going?
Yeah.
But you're on it, Ronnie, and I'm sure they appreciate you. Thank you for the update.